Well, it's Monday as I record this podcast. It's going to be interesting to see what the WWE does tonight on Monday Night Raw. Last night, I guess, was Fastlane 2017, the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania. And I can't remember where it was from. Was from Milwaukee. Man, that pay-per-view left, in my mind, a lot to be desired. It was, sometimes you have those pay-per-views where you can just rave about them just because everybody's on. And then this was just a classic case of some people being on and some people not being on. And I just kind of scanned through the whole thing. It was on the network. Had a lot of other stuff going on, so I was trying to pay attention so I could talk about it a little bit. Thought about trying to break it down, but it was a very average pay-per-view. Guys and gals all worked hard. I probably the things that stood out to me and these, the performances were all, okay. The things that stood out to me, I thought Braun Strowman had a good night. Roman had a good night. The thing I hated about that match, when Braun Strowman jumped off the top turnbuckle. Braun Strowman is a legitimate 365-pound, give or take, plus or minus pound guy. If you weigh 365 pounds in that neighborhood, you don't jump off the top rope. I'll never forget it. Probably was 94, 95. I was over in Japan on a 3-week tour with Dave Malenko, Arn Anderson, a bunch of guys. We was over on a 3-week tour, and I jumped off the top rope, and a guy moved, just like Roman Reigns moved. And Braun Strowman came crashing down just like I crashed down and tore my right tricep off my arm. That was the last time I ever jumped off the top rope, if I remember correctly. But I know why they had him jump off the top rope. It was to protect him, because they needed to protect Roman and build Roman to go into WrestleMania. Because I guess he's taking on The Undertaker. So they need him, head full of steam. I do not disagree with the finish of the match. Roman needed to win. He needed to win strong, but you needed to protect the big guy. And the big guy, I'm not talking about the big dog. I'm talking about the big guy, the big man, Braun Strowman, who's legitimately one of the strongest guys walking planet Earth. He's a physical specimen, great athletic ability. I think this guy is going to be one of the top guys for a long time to come if he can continue to pick up the business the way he has. The guy's doing outstanding, but I just disagree with whoever said, hey, jump off the top rope, miss, and then, here comes the spear. Never forget that this is one of the strongest men on the planet. Yeah, you've got to protect him, but let him screw himself some other way. Let something else backfire on him. Don't turn him into a high flyer at 365. Just don't do it. It's not going to work. If you look at the exciting things that I did in the vein of jumping off a top turnbuckle as Stone Cold Steve Austin, you'd be very hard to find for the footage of me doing spectacular stuff off the top rope. And that being said, I drew money. So did Hulk Hogan. He never came off the top rope. Braun Strowman has a chance to be able to be in a position in a year or two to draw big money. He doesn't need to have his big ass on top of a turnbuckle, jumping off and missing a frog splash, a splash, whatever kind of splash you want to call it. I did not like that. But again, I understand that they had to make Roman win to go into WrestleMania, and I don't think the loss really took any of the luster off Braun Strowman. Sometimes you just know what's up. Somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. They just could have thought of a better way for this guy to lose. His performance has, the last few months, half year, whatever it's been, has been outstanding. He seems to really be taking this. He's eating, living, sleeping, breathing the business. So he's still green, but god dang, he's coming along, and I'm proud of him. So wish him all the best in the world. Wish Roman the best in the world as they head into WrestleMania with their respective matches. We'll see what happens with Braun Strowman, and it'll be interesting to see what they do with Roman Reigns on the big stage at WrestleMania, just some 30-some-odd days away, whatever it is.